Right, so today here we are, we're going to do some respot cells on an 8270 table. It's the cast table, also goes on an 8290. Now you might be wondering why the hell I've got the table in spotting position, and for all those that care, yes, the light is on, but as you can see my motors are well and truly unplugged. Alright, so you might be wondering why I've got it in a spotting position to do this. Well, it's quite simple. As a bonny wee Scotsman once told me that we all know and love, aka Laurie Brown, at this position, yeah, and what I'm doing now is popping all the links off. When it's spotting, this bolt here on the swan neck, which this one's far too tight, adjusted by this rod here, if it's adjusted correctly, you should have like a so many thou gap with a feeler gauge that I don't have, so I'm just going to adjust it so that there's no upward movement, which here and now there ain't, and I've got a little bit of a light drag there, but I can still turn it. So at this position, this rod here is actually holding the swan neck up, so technically if you've got the adjustment right, the respot cells will open. Also at this point here, because once you've adjusted the 7-pin on the link coming off of this, which I've just removed, and you've got all the others right, if you adjust them all, as that's the maximum that they can open, you can't possibly get them too tight or too loose. So this is the easiest way to adjust your respot cells. Right, so at this point here, I'm going to undo the 2 7/16 nuts on this rod to get the right adjustment. Now note that you have a left hand and a right hand thread so that you can adjust the rod, making it shorter or longer to suit. And in this case we're going to be making it just a slight bit longer because it's too short, it's bending, there's absolutely no play there. So by just tweaking that, as you can see, we've now got a bit of play. Yeah, I'm just adjusting it back the other way a minute. Tiny little bit of play now, which is what we want, and I can turn that roller by hand. Now to me that's perfect. Like I say, I don't happen to have a set of feeler gauges, but I do think it's 1/16 of an inch or something like that. Not quite sure. Okay, so just get the other side of this done up. Now normally I'll tell you on 2 rod ends to try and get the ball in the same place, but as they're facing opposite directions, that's immaterial. Right, so as you can see, I can turn that by hand. I've got a tiny bit of play there, which would be the 1/16 or whatever it is gap that I require. So with the respot cells, we start with the 7-pin first. Now I already know I've got issues here, so the Allen bolt needs doing up, or number 6. Right, but we're going to start with the 7-pin first. So the link coming off this adjudicating arm here, which goes to this ball joint, I now need to adjust, and as you can see, it's too small. But because the swan neck's held open and the respot cell's fully open, I can't get this adjustment wrong, so now I'll just lengthen it until I can get it on. There you go. Now I'm also going to look for wobbly ball joints here. Now I know there's a bit of wear there, and I know that spring's missing, but they don't really need it. If you've ever worked on a 90 with a stainless steel table, you know they don't have them. Right. So from this point here, I'm then going to do number 4, and as you can see, I'm holding number 4 open by pulling on the carburetor link, and I'm adjusting it. It's impossible to get it wrong doing this way. Now it looks like we actually have a bent respot cell there as well, so I will be taking that out. Yeah, that's well and truly bent. So by the looks of it, we have a bent pivot. It needs rebuilding anyway because its insert's missing off the end. But just for this demonstrational purpose, number 2. So we back that out, turn. number 1, again it's too tight. Right, I'm going to leave number 4 for a minute. Once you've done that, come to number 6. Open the cell and do the same thing. Now remember, when you do the cells, if one's 5 miles too tight, when they go to open, it can't move anymore, so it leaves your others half open. Because it being fully open prevents the rest of the respot cells from opening or closing anymore. The clips come off that. Very nice. Okay, so for a minute I'm going to skip that one and we go to the next one. Same thing, hold it open and just adjust it and clip it on. When you've done that one,